Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. This is going to be my review of the Challenge All-Stars Season 5, aka the Challenge All-Stars Rivals. Yay! What a great season. Actually, this is a pretty good season of the show. I actually really like this season. I think it's probably my favorite challenge season that I've watched in a while. It might be the best season of the year, you would say, and I actually think that is the case. In this case, I'm not being sarcastic or anything, but yeah, I really like this season. It was a very fun ride, and yeah, I figured I'd do a little video on it because I've done videos on All Stars 3 and 4. I didn't get around to doing 1 or 2, I believe, because yeah, I think it's because I didn't have Paramount Plus at the time. I don't know, I might have done 2. I'm not sure, but anyways, yeah, this season was just fun. I really enjoyed it, though. There are like some qualms with like especially the casting. I like the Rivals theme, but there's some like people who are on this cast. I'm like you know, All Stars Challenge All Stars. I really think should be the you know, old schoolers only. And here we're getting like people from like the later seasons, people like from Spies, Lies, and Allies, and like, you know, like Ride or Dies, or like some of the more recent seasons, and people who haven't even been on MTV shows, which is making it weird. So a little weird. So I kind of wish that this was kind of just called Challenge 41, Rivals 4, or something like on those lines. But I think it was a pretty fun ride. I really did have fun most of the season here. Now, yeah, I guess we'll just run through all the teams here and give you my thoughts along the way, because that's what I do on this show. That's what I do on this video, in this series. But yeah, let's start off with Beth and Johnny. Obviously, they weren't going to do that well. Okay, I should talk about the premiere, I guess, because we do get the stars. Who got the stars? Everyone. Adam and Steve got stars. Nany and Turbo got stars. Ashley and Dario got stars. Devin and Leroy also got a star. But yeah, some interesting stars along the way there. But yeah, Beth and Johnny do end up going out first, and it wasn't really that, like, honestly, like if you see at the top here, Adam and Steve go in against pretty much 3 female teams back to back, and then Devin and Leroy, which is kind of insane. And straight up, if Frank and Sam didn't win that challenge, it would have been the same. It would have been the same outcome, where they send in probably like Melissa and Nicole, or Katie and Veronica, or something like that along those lines, and you know, and then they whip their ass. But yeah, like those first couple weeks were just kind of fine, where there was some good fights and stuff, and you know, it was pretty interesting, I guess. But you know, Beth and Johnny, they're definitely a rivalry, I would say. You know, starting from All Stars 3, where, you know, Johnny claims that Beth tried to ruin her life and things like that. And you know, Johnny was kind of just sad that, you know, she had no chance, right? If you have Beth as a partner, and not to say Beth isn't that great of a challenge competitor, she's like not the best in the world. Whereas Johnny's pretty, like, an average and pretty good, especially in these All-Star seasons. Like, I thought it was pretty clear that she was like, I have absolutely no shot at this game. Anyway, let's move on to Kellyanne and Sylvia, where I think this is also a rivalry. I think it's done from All Stars 3, and they were fun. I like how they kind of mend the relationship and stuff, and you know, they were kind of acting like best friends at the end. in there. So yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah. Anissa and Ashley. We got the return of Ashley Ashley Mitchell, and I didn't like her on her first couple seasons, but you know what? She's actually a pretty good character. She's definitely grown on me. Her and Anissa's rivalry it was pretty fun on this season on Rivals, on All Stars Rivals, and Town 21. We'll talk about that in the future. But yeah, it was I had fun watching them here, and obviously they didn't do that well, and yeah. Next up we have Devin and Leroy, and honestly, this is kind of getting to the first point where I'm like, why is Devin on All Stars? Why is Devin on Challenge All Stars? I know Leroy was on All Stars 4, but why are we having Devin? And were they really rivals? It's stunning from an incident on Double Agents. Was that really? Okay. Whatever. But that episode 4 was pretty fun, where we see Devin and Leroy lose in that elimination to Adam and Eve. I absolutely enjoyed that. That was probably my favorite elimination of the season. And yeah, and we do get the Frank and Sam win in the daily, which I didn't think they were going to win daily, but they won not one but 2 dailies, and we'll talk about that in the future, I guess. But yeah, next up, Big T and Corey. Why are they on the season? Corey debuted on Spies, Lies, and Allies. What are we doing? And it's not, he's not even from, an MTV show. What the hell? Honestly, obviously, I think their rivalry is kind of real, based on what happened on Challenge 39. But, yeah, what the hell? Next up, Amber and Fessel. Actually, I didn't mind them on this season, actually. I think they were pretty fine throughout it. Obviously, they won 2 dailies. Yeah. Yeah, I think, this is kind of the most egregious team, in my opinion, to where, we're getting 2 people who are from Big Brother. Big Brother! Why are they on All Stars? Why are we calling this All Stars? This isn't, All Stars. Is 10 episodes. This should be called Challenge 41. Sorry, I was kind of listening to something in the background. But yeah, Amber and Fessel. They were I actually didn't mind them on the season, but yeah, I remember their elimination with Ashley and Dario was kind of interesting. So with Nani and Turbo it was, sorry. Next up, let's talk about Ashley and Dario. And I was actually kind of happy to see them on the show. They were kind of I like them. They were pretty fun. I honestly, I like Dario. I want him to return. Ashley was pretty fun on the season too. I think they were a pretty cool team, and I like them and Devin's little spat on this season there. That was pretty interesting. Next up, Katie and Veronica. It's amazing how they somehow managed to get that far, and win a daily challenge. And it seemed like kind of a more physical one, where you have to run through some obstacles, make it to the center, solve a puzzle. And yeah, that was insane how they won a daily. So good for them. But obviously, I don't think they had that big of a shot on the season. But yeah. Next up, Nani and Turbo. And you know what? I actually like this duo. I know Turbo's from Survivor Survivor Turkey. But I like this as a rivalry. This was kind of fun, and I enjoyed it. So them on the season, and you know what, Turbo was actually like, I really came to. I think Turbo kind of redeemed himself on this season, and 41 he's kind of more of an asshole on 41, but like I really didn't like him on Ride or Dies at all. But yeah, he was like, I actually enjoyed. I kind of wish they made the final, because I think I kind of wanted Nany to win, and at this point, like, she didn't make the final. Like, is she ever gonna win? But yeah. Next up, Melissa and Nicole, and you know what? This was a fine duo, but do they need to be on All Stars? Not really, but like, they're fine on the season. Next up, Frank and Sam. Frank made the season for me. They both made the season for me. Frank made it so much fun on this season, and I really hope he makes a return at some point in the future, because oh my god, I absolutely adored them on this season, and I'm kind of sad they got third. But you know what? I was happy about them. Obviously, felt kind of bad for Frank, because there's clear that they weren't going to win that, and they did win the second another daily challenge there, but yeah, I enjoyed them on this season, and yeah. Next up, let's talk about Da'Vonne and Shane, and you know what? I'm actually fine with Da'Vonne on the season, even though she is like from Big Brother. But like, I hadn't seen her in a while on the show, and we haven't seen Shane either in a little while. Well, so I was kind of fine with it, but like, it's still like, why are you bringing someone from Big Brother onto Challenge All Stars? And I know they were on the main show at some point, but like, I didn't like that. But like, if they just called this Challenge 41, I'd have absolutely no problem. But I actually like I see. It feels like Da'Vonne was kind of under-edited on the season, and like kind of purple to some degree. But I really enjoyed them on this season. Their little rivalry was kind of fun on here. So yeah, and now end it all off with Adam and Steve. And oh my god, this team is pretty insane. Where they do end up winning the final, and they win 5 eliminations, and they tied the record for most elimination wins in a single season with like Horacio and Weston Casey and Sarah Grayson. But yeah, I was like, good for them. Like, that's pretty insane how many eliminations they won. They also won a couple of dailies, as you can see with the blue wins there. I enjoyed them, and as a rivalry, but I didn't think Steve knew about the rivalry, or it was that big of a deal. But it was kind of seeing Adam's crash out on All Stars 4 after Steve stole the star was like kind of funny. So yeah, I was happy when they here on this season, and they had the opportunity, split the money, or someone steal the money, and obviously they weren't gonna. No one was gonna steal the money here, so yeah. But overall, I really liked this season. There was some fun drama over the course of it. Probably the best challenge season of the year, in my opinion. Although Challenge 41 was pretty good at a lot of points throughout the season. But we'll talk about that eventually here. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video here. I guess Challenge 41, Survivor 49, Amazing Race 38, because that is now done. I'll do videos about that. I feel like there's other shows I'm forgetting about. Oh, Deal or No Deal Island Season 2. We'll see if I do a review of it. I might, because I don't think the show's coming back, but we'll see. But for now, I guess that is the video here. Thank you for watching.